morning. Welcome to Stitching at the Barn. I am Faith Slagle. Thank you to everybody who has stopped by for a visit. Thank you to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you for stopping by for a visit. And I hope you see something today that will inspire you. And it would be wonderful if you would hit the like button and the subscribe button so that you'll know when another video is coming up. And and then when you hit the subscribe button, also it makes my subscriber number go up. It's kind of cool to watch that number go up. And that's not why I do it. I just like to do it to share my love for stitching and the other things that I enjoy doing. But for my new subscribers, I thought I would just take a few minutes and just tell you a little bit about myself. I am Faith Slagle. I was raised in Kentucky, and that's where I lived the majority of my life. I'm a retired teacher. I taught for 29 years. I started out in first grade, and then I taught second grade, but I ended up in preschool for the majority of my life. So that is really where I enjoyed. That's where I enjoyed. My husband, who we now have been married for 41, we're working on 41 years. We've been married 40 years. Yesterday was our anniversary, and so we're working on number 41. And he was also a teacher, and we're both now retired. And so we knew that when we retired, we would move to Oklahoma. And we bought a piece of property off of the home place. And he built a barn house. So that's where we get the title, Stitching in the Barn. So he put me in a barn. But I love being retired. I keep so busy with various activities. I do water aerobics. I volunteer at a thrift store. It's called the Etc. Shop, and I keep busy with various church activities, and I do my cross stitching. I make cards. We love to travel. We love to camp, and so I'm always busy. There's always something to do. But so that's enough about me. But anyways, I've been busy watching my floss tubes as I normally do. A few that I've watched over the last little bit. I watch a lot of floss tube. I don't know what I did with my paper, but I have a lot of floss tubers that I watch. But a few new ones that I watched this week. I don't know if I mentioned this one the last time or not, was Crafting on the Plains. Joheitha, I believe. I really enjoy watching her. And a new one for me this time was my mother's daughter, Janet. She lives here in Oklahoma, and I really enjoyed watching her. I only got to watch her one time. Mrs. Jones Stitcher, Holly. She's from here in Oklahoma. So I watched her. The Blue Wagon Stitcher. She's in Oklahoma. I got to watch her. Let's see, which other one is Oklahoma? There's another one. Maybe I didn't write her down. But then Hobbies of Holly. Holly, I watched her. And one that I enjoy watching and is the Crafty Cataloger. Katrina, it was so good to see you again. I always enjoy watching you. Rachel, Needles and Flax. It's been a long time since she had put one out, and so I got to watch her again. And of course, my Comfort Stitcher, Jackie. She's got 5 whips now, so I'm keeping up with her. I have to keep up for her so she knows how many she has. So I watch her. Sew Me Sarah, I have to keep up with her also. Floss, Paper, Scissors, Julie and Catherine. They just make me, I sit there and I'm watching them, and I'm just always kind of got a giggle when I'm watching them. And let's see, Who else? Saltbox Stitcher. I hadn't watched her in a little while, and I got to watch her this week. Stitch Rhodey. I always enjoy her. And the Stitching Owl, Karen. Yes. And so many of these, they do different things than what I do, but I still enjoy watching them. It wouldn't be fun, I don't think, if we all did the same thing. It wouldn't be enjoyable. So we all have to do different things. And I always enjoy just watching different ones. Well, what have I been doing since the last time I talked to you? Like I said, I keep busy. Well, let's see. The last time I talked to you was on June 24, so I am way overdue for a video. So for a couple days in there, I pretended to be a farm wife. My husband, he's not a he doesn't farm as such, but he takes care of different things on his dad's farm. He works, he does different jobs, different things down there, just keeps up on the farm. So when he needs help, he calls me, since our boys are no longer around. So I go out and I help him, and I help him move equipment around. If something doesn't work, some of the older stuff, I'll pull him around and do stuff. And so that's when I pretend to be a farm wife. He'll call me and say, I need your help. So I go and I help do whatever I can. Well, then on July 4th, I know everybody goes out and they watch fireworks. I'm not one to do that. They're pretty, they're beautiful, but I can't do the noise. It just really bothers me. So we were at home. We didn't go to see any fireworks. I fixed us a nice little supper. And we were sitting here, and I get a phone call from some friends traveling. They're going from the east to the west. They were from Kentucky, and they were going to make a little trip out west, and they were east of Oklahoma City. And they said, we're on 40, and we're going to be going through Hydro, Oklahoma on 40. And don't you live near there? Yes, we do. So they stopped in for that night, and they spent the night with us, and we had such a good time talking to them. And I am so glad that Steve and Becky did that. We had such a good time visiting with them. And the next morning, my husband took Steve, and they went on four-wheeler, and they went on a ride down into the canyon and took a drive and everything. And Becky and I just had a good time talking. So it was such a good time to visit with them. And then we went camping for a couple nights to a new campground new to us. It's Fort Supply. So we got to go camping there. And then we had Vacation Bible School. So we were both busy with that. And then we had some company, niece and nephew. They were here to visit. And then this past Saturday, we went in Oklahoma City, near Oklahoma City, and helped our son and daughter-in-law do a little bit of work they needed to do at their house. And now this week, for a couple of days, our son from Colorado is here to visit. And so there's always something going on, always something. So it just kind of blows my mind when people that have retired or something, they say they're so bored. They don't know what to do with themselves. I'm waiting to get bored. I'm just waiting. I haven't got bored yet. So on to cross stitching. Let's see what I've been doing. Let's have a whip parade for the month of end of June and all of July. Let's have a whip parade. All right, here we go. The first thing I worked on since our last time that I was with you, and I think I might have showed that I was getting ready to work on this, was auction. I think that's what I showed you. And I think at that point I was just had a few stitches to finish up on page 1. So I am done with page 1. All the top part is done, and I am now starting down here. So I'm going to do the lower half of this. And then I will move over, then I'll move over to this half. So I'm going to go down here and finish this down here first. So that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm at on that one. And well, I can't give you a percentage of where I'm at because when I first started this, I was marking it off. And so when I put this on my iPad, I didn't put on what I had already done. So I can't give you a percentage of where I'm at, and it would not be accurate. But the last time I worked on it, I put 70 stitches in. I can tell you that much. So I can give you that piece of information. Okay, the next one I worked on was Kitchen Sweet Kitchen. There it is, Kitchen Sweet Kitchen. And I work on each of my projects 2 days. I spin a wheel, and whatever comes up, that's what I work on. And this is where I'm at. And I think the last time I did the F and the G. Except for there might be a little bit of outline. I believe the F and the G are both done. So I did 181 stitches. Outlining doesn't count on my thing as stitches, so that's extra. And I'm at 29% complete. So that is where I'm at on that one. Okay, the next one is for my son, and this one is going to be a couple-year project probably. It's his Boeing, since that's who he works for. It's called Boeing 4, and I do not have much done on it because it takes a while. But that is where I'm at. It's very small. Do I have it turned right? Yeah, I think I do. And in the month of, since I worked on it the last time, I put in 181 stitches. And it says that I'm 29% done. But I don't know. We'll see. The last time I worked on it, it took a while. I didn't put many in the last time because, I don't know, I was working up in there in one of the clouds or whatever, and it just took me a while. Seemed like I didn't make much progress on it. Okay, the next one is just a little one that I slip in kind of as a cleanser. And I like to do little bookmarks. And this one, again, I don't count my stitches or anything. I don't have it. So I just do different ones. So this is one I've been working on. I don't have, let's see, finish this butterfly. I have a little flower down here yet to do and a little bit of branches. So, and that'll be ready to give to a friend. So that's where I stand on that one. Oops, let me fold that, put that in. There we go. And then the next one is up here. You ought to see my stack. I have to, it's kind of like a Jenga stack. Is my country cottage. This one, I would like to have it done before August, but September, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's my September cottage. If you remember, I only have September and November to finish. That's all I have left. And we'll see if I get this one done. I don't have much left on it. But this is where I'm at. So I'm here, which is this. So all I've got left is this row to repeat and this row. So, and I need to fill in the door, it looks like. So that's all I've got left to do on it. And then that series will be complete. And let's see, and this one I do not have on my markup either, so I don't count the stitches on that one either. I don't do that one. All right, let's see. Country Kitchen. All right, this is what it'll look like when I get it done. Okay, it says a country kitchen sampler from A to Z, the heart of the home welcomes thee. And I've got the A is for app. I need to finish the word apple. So that's where I'm at on that one. And let's see, I did 263 stitches and I've got 1.16% done. So that's one thing I like doing since I've started on my markup, is to keep track of the percentage. It's kind of, I like that. Kind of tells me where I stand. It's kind of interesting anyways. Okay, all the trimmings. This was a freebie from the Fat Quarter Shop, and that's what it will look like when it's done. I don't do very many pieces on black, but that's one I'm doing now, all the trimmings. And really, this has not been too hard to do, but this is where I'm at. And let's see, I have completed 602 stitches and I'm at 27.4% done. So, the last time I worked on the stockings. So that's where I'm at on that one. See, I know a lot of people do samplers, you know, and fancy ladies and all that. They're beautiful, but that's just not my thing. I just have a variety of things that I like to do. Okay, the next one is Winter Welcome. That's what it's going to look like. Okay, that came from Satsuma Street. And here's where I'm at. The last time I worked on it, I worked a lot on the house, or the birdhouse, I should say, and that wreath in the middle. That's where I worked at. And I am now have done 577 stitches. Well, yeah. And I'm at 29.4% done. So that's where it stands. That one stands. So I try to fold them a different way each time. I got that one at a cross stitch meetup that we were at. That was given to us. Okay, Winter Welcome. Life is a Garden. I love this one. My sister got this for me, and I love this one. It's so bright. I love it. Life is a garden. The last time I worked on it, I worked in the flowers quite a bit. That's where I worked on it. I'm still on page 1, basically, but I worked in the flowers. And let's see, I did 392 stitches, and I'm at 9.35%. So, but those flowers are, yeah. I think I did a little bit in that beehive. But, yeah. So, there's a lot of a color, one color stitch here and there, and you skip around a lot. There's a lot of that right now going on where I'm working. And that's time consuming, but makes it so beautiful. Come on, paper. Go in. There we go. Okay, next. My spring. And I'm going to do all the seasons of this. Winter, I've got winter to do next, but spring. That's what it'll look like. It's from the Cricut collection. And I am working on the letter R. That's where I'm at. And let's see, I did 447 stitches, and I'm at 39%. So that's another cheerful one. I like that one too. Well, I like them all, or else I wouldn't be doing them, I guess. Wouldn't that be funny if we all got up to show our pieces and said, I'm doing this one, but I hate it. I don't know why I'm doing it. I just really hate it, but I'm going to still keep on doing it. That would be weird, wouldn't it? If I hated it, I wouldn't be doing it. Food for thought. Okay, the next one is a new one. I think this one was, oh dear. This one was considered my July new start. It is my Autumn Avenue. I bought this at one of my stitching retreats. It's from the Little Stitch Girl, and it's not real big, and I don't have a lot done on it, but it's going to be pretty. If you can see the white up there, there you can see it. The wisps, the wind blowing the leaves. And I did 338 stitches, and I'm at 2.1%. And this is the top of the one house, beginning of the house. Okay. So, and this is the beginning of a tree. And so I like to start at the top over here, and then if I have a color that's left over, I go down and I work. But I like to work my way over. So there we go. That's that one. All right. 5 more. We're getting there. If I don't have everything fall on me. Let's see. Stitchy Stars. Oh my goodness. Those must have all fallen out of this last one, where everything was on a tilt. They must have fallen out of here. I guess I'll find out when I go to working on it, if that's the one they came out of. Okay, Stitchy Stars. That's this one. And this, I'm doing it, this was for summer, this color here, and I did it for fall. Now I'm doing it for winter. These are the winter colors. And then I'll do it for spring. Now this one again does not have, I don't have the count of how many stitches or the percentage. And then I'm going to do it one more time using spring colors. And then I'll have it complete. So, yeah, I'll do it one more time. And I change it seasonal. I have a board with magnets on it, and I change it seasonally. Okay. My Christmas list. Silver Creek. My Christmas list. I'm getting excited. I'm getting down to the bottom. I'm getting right in here. So I'm getting close to a finish. And I would have been a lot further along. Let me start at the top, and then I'll tell you my sob story. Here we are. I'll start at the top. There we go. I had this clock completely done. Completely done. But I had it, maybe right here. It was too far over. Counting is so hard. And ask me why I put it over there. I don't know. But I did. So I had to take one evening and take every bit of the clock out. So that caused me, out of my 2 days of working on this, I only got, well, I got a good amount in. I got 269 stitches in. And and I've got on here that I'm 18.41% done, but I don't think, when I got my program, I don't think like from here up is entered in, because I only got my program from here and I started entering in, so I don't think that's accurate. I really don't, because I think I'm further along than 18 point. So I don't think that part is accurate, because I did not go back and put all the marks in. So I would have got more stitches in if it wouldn't have been for that dumb mistake, if I'd learned to count. All right, next, 3 more. Winter Departs. This is a friend with the one that is, no, I don't have Winter Welcome. Is it? No, I don't think I have the friend to this one. Not this time, I don't have it. But Winter Departs. I love when winter starts, but even more when winter departs. So, I love that, but there's a lot of snowflakes in there. So, I did 472 stitches, and I'm at 6.3%. So that's coming along nicely. I'm getting ready. The next time I work on it, I think I'll be ready to kind of start maybe down either on the tree or the house. I think we'll see a tree or a house on it the next time that comes up on my wheel for a little bit of something different. But there's still quite a bit of snow yet to come. Okay, Frosty Tiny Town. There we go. Frosty Tiny Town. I'm almost done with this one. There we go. The last time I worked on it, I put 275 stitches in it, and I'm at 74% done. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see. Yeah, I am working on that tree right there. So I only have the snowman, the house, and that tree yet to go. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So, and so the next tiny town I plan on doing is Nativity Tiny Town. And I just saw that they have one. There's several tiny towns I want to do, but I just saw they've got a new one coming out, Quilt Tiny Town. So that's on my radar. There's a lot of tiny towns that's on my radar. But anyways, okay, the last one I have to show you is my SAL, the only SAL that I'm involved in. And here it is, one stitch at a time. And this is where I'm at. And I'm working on the August section, and I'm just about got it complete. This and this part here. If I get this part done and get my line over, I'll have it done. So this is my Sunday stitch. I only work on this on Sundays. If I don't get to on Sundays, I'll work on it another day. But that's where I'm at. So well, again, why would I say I hate it if I didn't work on it? But it's beautiful. So that is my SAL that I do with a Zoom group that I like to join up with. It's we get together the second Saturday of the month, and it's across the pond, and there's about 40 or so, and it's just so much fun just to get on there and talk to different people that have the same love of cross-stitching that I do, and I really enjoy it. Now, guess what? I have some fully finishes. Yes, 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 yes. I do. Okay. The first one. Hello, Summer. Yes. I love that. That's my first one. I think that'll be just a sit up one. I'll just have that sitting. And now that I've shown it to you, I'm going to find a place to put that up somewheres. I'm going to go sit it in my window or somewheres. And this one here I've had for a little while. And I've got it finished. Look at that. The only thing better than stitching is stitching with friends. I love that one. So pretty. When my sister was here to visit, we picked out the color for this and we painted it. I enjoy that one. Yes, can't wait. I've got a stand. I'm just going to put that in a little stand and put that somewheres so I can do that one. And this one is my fall ABC one. Now, I have to find a color of ribbon, something I can put up here. I don't have anything. I thought I did, but I don't. So I have to work on that. So I've got to find me a color ribbon to put on that. But other than that, it's done. So there's that one. Whoops, sorry, crooked. So I'm on my last one. I'm doing my winter ABC one. In fact, that's what I'm working on right now for 2 days. I did it last night and I'm working on it today. Am I holding that straight? I'm crooked as all get out. So that's what I'm working on. And then I'm excited about this one. Get the glare out of it. Party Like It's 1776. Now, I made one change on this, and this was to my husband's. He asked me, because it's going to go above his desk, he asked me to put the people's names underneath it. So I did the first 4. These are their names. George Washington, Martha Washington, John Adams, Abigail Adams. That's the first 4. Then the next 4, these are their names. If I can read them backwards. Alexander Hamilton, Paul Revere, Betsy Ross, and Crispus, what's his last name? I can't think. Okay. And then the last 4, these are their names. Benjamin Franklin, Molly Pitcher, James Adams, and Thomas Jefferson. That's their names. So this is going to hang above my husband's desk. So he requested I put their names on it. So that one is done. I am taking that one to the fair. And the last one, I've had this done for a long time, but I finally got it fully finished, is this one. It's called Stitchography. And I'm going to take that one. So that one is done. So I'm going to have to put my things on the back and record now that they're done. And so, yes. So I am so excited about that. So excited. Okay, now I will continue spinning my wheel and working on things. And my new start for August is this one here, the USA. My son had gotten this for me for Christmas. And so I'm going to start on that. I've got everything ready. Well, the threaded material came with it. So everything's ready for it. So I'm excited to start on. I will start over here. I'm a left-hand starter. So I will start right up here in this corner is where I start. So hopefully the next time I see you, I will have a little bit of a start on that. Now, for haul, I really don't have any haul except, I did buy, I think I bought 1, maybe 2 pieces of material, and they're already in whatever I'm going to use them for. But I did buy this to put. I had seen this advertised on somebody's, I forget where I saw this, on some floss tubes. So I got me one. I love it. I sit it beside me when I'm working, and I just take it, and especially as I use a thread, I stick it in here, one that I know I'm going to be using over and over again. And that way I don't have to keep looking for it in my bag or whatever. I know a lot of people have theirs on a ring, and they do it. I'm still a bobbinator, so I just put them down in there, and I kind of, as I do it, that's why I have these spread out, so I can kind of put them in the order from lowest to highest, whatever, so I can just look for them. But I got this. I love it. I love it. That was one of my purchases that I got. All right, let me show you. If you've been on here with me before, you know that I like to and enjoy making cards, and I like to send them to people all over. I just have a whole list of people that I like to send cards to, and that's one of the things that I enjoy doing. So here's a few of my cards that I have made. This is one of them. And the rest of them, I think that I'm going to show you, are kind of geared towards fall, because we know fall is coming. It's a simple one to do. And that's one of my fall cards. Here's one. And perfect friend. And here's one that says September. You could put any month on there. And this one says So Thankful. And the last one, there we go. So I just really enjoy making my cards, and I send them to different people, and I just enjoy doing that. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed and looking at the things that I've been working on. Well, the last thing, if you want to stay around, is our little reading for today. And if you don't want to stay, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to be back with you soon. But here we go. Our reading for today is called These Dreams. Awesome God, why do I try to limit you, which limits me? I have these dreams, Father. They are big and bold. They scare me, so I try to pretend they aren't there. I listen to the voice that says I'm being selfish, or the one that says it's impossible. But then I remember who you are. Can I confess something? This scares me even more. What if my wildest dream is only the beginning? Can I handle the crazy, beautiful adventure that you have planned for me? This dream that won't leave my heart? Give me the courage to find out, good Father, and then make those dreams come true. Do you have dreams that you're waiting for God to fulfill? He can. If they're good, if they're the correct dreams, He can help you. He really can. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, all day long, and I'd ask you again to share my floss tube with your friends, and you have a wonderful August, and you stay cool and keep stitching. Bye-bye.